Hey, I'm finally back. I'm here a year on from my last Falcao video to say why I still don't think Falcao's very good, why he wouldn't be a very good signing for Chelsea, and on Chelsea Fans channel, my friend Rory is going to make a video about why he should. Let's get into it. Number one, Rory, you're not going to like it, but we've got to look at the facts. Obviously, elite strikers score goals, but Falcao's goal totals, to be honest, they've been exaggerated. Including penalties rewards players just for being nominated as their team's penalty taker. In top leagues, around 75% of penalties are scored as opposed to like 10 to 15% of normal shots, so it's common practice to discount penalties from goals totals. Without penalties, Falcao, he's still a very good striker, but he's not a truly great striker. He achieved similar non-penalty goals and non-penalty goals per 90 minutes to Negredo and Soldado did during their time in Spain together. Actually, Negredo had more goals than Falcao in his best season, 2012-2013, and over the whole time, Soldado had more goals and assists than him. And neither of those, actually including Falcao, was amazing when they came to England. He's a poacher, and I think the tactical move in recent years has been that managers have realised that averages are better than extremes, that players that are multi-talented are more important to a team than players that have one skill really top class. His assist numbers, his through ball numbers, and his key passes have always been poor throughout his career. A large proportion of the goals he scored at Atleti were headers, and sure, that's fantastic, he's a great header of the ball, but it means that he has to have a lot of aerial chances, which means you have to generate a lot of crosses as a team, and generally I think crosses are a little bit ineffective and take away from overall team play. Atleti improved once Falcao left. Colombia at the World Cup improved once Falcao left. Monaco, he wasn't great in a not fantastic French league, and United, you know how poor he was. I think he might be past it. So if number one was that he was maybe overrated to begin with, number two is that he's declining. He's on the wrong side of his peak years, and is there any pattern in the numbers? I'd say yes. His goal per 90 totals have been declining for years, so have his shots and shots on target per 90 numbers, as well as the points that his team earns per 90 minutes. That doesn't really bode well, especially when he's had injury problems since he was 19, but in the past 2 years, particularly his knee issues have been really bad. Thirdly, I think it might just be a pretty poor business decision. Jorge Mendes, the agent, manages both Falcao and Jose Mourinho, and sure, that's probably good for business, but I'm not sure that it leads to the most impartial business decisions. Next, a lot of people that want Chelsea to sign Falcao are saying things like, he used to be good, maybe Mourinho can make him good again. I think that's a huge if. Mourinho's tried this in the past with Quaresma, who, unsurprisingly, was also represented by Jorge Mendes, and that failed miserably. And Rory, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that Mourinho brought back Terry to his very best and won Chelsea the league title. Firstly, I'd ask how difficult it is to make probably the best English defender I've ever seen come back to his very best, and even if it is a bit difficult, I'm not sure that that means that he can do it again. Mourinho is a brilliant manager. To me personally, he's an inspiration, but I think it would be fair to accuse him of short-term thinking throughout his career. The last point is that he's played well versus Chelsea. Rory, I know you're at Monaco away, you won't shut up about it, but playing well in games that lots of people watch sometimes causes players to be overrated, particularly if they don't normally play that well, like scoring 4 goals in a UEFA Super Cup final against Chelsea when he was at Atleti. That effect is exaggerated if it's against the team that he's going to sign for. If someone destroys you, you'll remember them, whatever their performances were like elsewhere. Sure, Falcao was excellent elsewhere, but he wasn't 4 goals in a UEFA Super Cup final excellent elsewhere. He was an expensive Manchester United loan signing, I think, and I thought at the time that that was a bad decision, but really it was just to try and give them a boost to get back into the Champions League, and to that extent it kind of worked. Now, a year later, a year down the line, as a second or third choice, crazily expensive striker, I think best case scenario, you're giving Mourinho a chance to turn a good player pretty good again, and worst case scenario, he's a declining, relatively one-dimensional, injury-prone, overrated liability. Rory, I'm not sure he should sign. Cheers for watching. Let me know what you think about Falcao in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel, MessiSeconds, and check out Rory's video where he argues the other case. See you later.